When babies enter this world, it's a joy beyond measure. They're tiny little bodies, so delicate, so fragile. But when something goes wrong, it's a horrifying moment you wouldn't wish on anyone. For Channel 7's First Alert morning meteorologist Keenan Smith, his wife Jamila, and their 3-year-old son Grayson, that nightmare was thrust upon them soon after their second child, Clark, was born.
Everything looked good at his exam. They did the regular blood work just to kind of keep an eye on the jaundice. And our pediatrician called back at 7 that evening telling us go directly to the emergency room.
In an instant, his diagnosis would turn much more frightening than the yellowing of the eyes and skin, as you'd see with a typical case of jaundice.
And the terms that they were using at that point were, liver failure, that they were using really scary terms.
So scary, in fact, baby Clark was being seen by 8 teams of doctors.
And then one day, Clark just fell off a cliff. He was unable to hold his head up. His arms and legs were just completely limp.
Clark's team was at the University of Michigan, but one night, a mad dash to Beaumont's emergency room left them believing Clark was in dire trouble.
At the end of it all, we were told that he had end-stage liver failure.
Jamila says she was in denial. Little Clark was rushed back to his team of doctors at U of M because they knew his case best.
At this point, are they telling you you could lose your child?
They didn't say that, but the words end stage said it all. And I think even then, I wasn't prepared to believe that I could lose my child.
Clark couldn't digest formula, so he was fed intravenously, but his tiny body was in rejection mode. His mom knows, had this been 30 years ago, Clark's outcome likely would have been much different.
I find it hard to say out loud, but we almost lost our child.
Doctors said Clark would need a new liver, but he couldn't go on the organ transplant list until he got strong enough to accept a new liver. The wait was grueling.
I think the hardest thing was on Christmas Day. We wanted to all be at the hospital together so we could be together as a family. And Grayson got this train set for Christmas. So he's opening the train set and he's so excited and trying to be excited for him. At the same time, my other child he was dying.
Jamila remained on guard at the hospital. Grayson was being cared for by a loving family from his school. And in the midst of it all, Keenan was going back and forth to work.
Keenan would sleep overnight in the hospital in a chair and then get up in the middle of the night, go to work.
Then after 2 months of fear, tears, and worry, word of a transplant.
I got the call. It was very dramatic. In the middle of the night, we have a liver.
The rush was on to Ann Arbor for surgery.
We were truly blessed in the speed at which we got a liver, and the liver we actually did get was almost a perfect match for him. I mean, he began to improve during the surgery.
Today, you wouldn't know to look at little Clark that his body has gone through so much. Medications keep him from rejecting his new liver, and both Jamila and Keenan say his big brother Grayson has been responsible for much of his baby brother's quick recovery.
To watch Grayson and Clark play together and watch them interact and watch both of them light up when they see the other one makes me smile every day.
Today, the Smith family is so grateful. They have a message for others contemplating organ donation.
It literally transforms not just the life of the person who gets the organ, but everyone around them, everyone that they're related to, their husbands, wives, sons, families. It's a gift that it's hard to even quantify the number of people it touches.